What's up, guys? Have we got a lot to talk about today? I'm Craig. We're going to be talking about the markets, of course. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, bullish and bearish case scenario. You guys know I lean way towards the bearish side, but we're going to take a look at both scenarios. Also, we're going to take a look at, if you look at what's on the screen right now, it's official recession since December 2007. So the National Bureau of Economic Research, the geniuses, took a whole year, over a year, to actually admit that it was in a recession, right? I believe the same thing's going to happen this time. We're going to talk about where we're at in the charts compared to where we were at in 2008. Also going to talk about, I do believe this is going to be much bigger than 2008. And the big deal right now is voting, right? Do you really think the vote matters? I do believe it kind of matters in, some situations, but in the big picture, it's not going to change the markets or the cycle. Market cycles run in smaller to bigger cycles. I think we're in a large cycle, kind of like 2000, kind of like 1929. We'll talk about that. We're going over a lot of charts here, guys, so stick around for the whole video. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you tick that notification bell. That will get you notified to post new videos. Also, I'll be showing my sponsor in this video, Prime XBT, links down below, and how you can get up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. And you can trade all financial stuff. So you can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. You can even use Bitcoin to trade against everything else. So definitely check it out. I'll go over that later on in the video, but this is what I want to talk about. And if you guys remember, those of you that were around and old enough to remember, in 2008 when the financial crisis happened, banks actually shut down and a lot of stuff happened. It was kind of crazy. People started noticing probably the end of the first quarter or beginning of the second quarter in 2007. News started hitting at it or whatever, but it wasn't official till a year later. That's what you guys have to keep in mind with what's going on in the markets now. And we're going to take a look at where we're at now and where we were at then and what the signs are showing. So first off, we're going to take a look at the U.S. housing debt, right? Or household debt. Not housing, it's household. It's everything all baked into one, auto loans and everything. You can see back here in quarter three, or let's look at quarter four 2007. This is when the markets actually started to drop right here, right? And get some of this stuff out of the way. October 2007, it still rose up higher, the debt. Well, we're in October now, it's still rising up, but the markets topped out right there. That's one thing I want to point out. Do some research, simple research. Go to Zillow, look at your neighborhood or your township, whatever. Look for houses in there. You'll notice, if you paid attention months ago, they couldn't stay on the market long. They were selling like crazy. People are overpaying. Now, if you look on there, you'll see price reduction, way lower housing prices. Do me a favor, check that out. Pause the video if you have to and look at it, and let me know how many price reductions you're seeing in just the first 10 houses that pop up. Just out of curiosity, this should be a good read for anybody that likes to read the comments and see what's going on. I do understand maybe some areas are going to be a little different, but for the most part, I do think that you're going to see a lot of house reductions, price reductions, and you're going to see a lot more houses up for sale in the area than there was, say, 6 months ago. So let's take a look at the next chart here. This is primary mortgage survey. This is just the, let's go to the 10-year. Let's go to all time. So this is the mortgage rates, right? We got a big bounce here. If you look, this shaded area right here is the last recession, right? So once the recession is over, which I believe we are in it and just haven't been told, they're still propping the markets up with false narrative, false news, things like that. But afterwards, we'll probably see a reduction. We might see another spike now, as I think this will probably be considered the beginning. We've seen another spike afterwards, and then a continuation to the downside for them. So anyone into housing or buying and selling houses, that's good info. So anyways, let's take a look. This is my next Dow target. Obviously, I think it's going to go much, much lower, but this is just a target of breaking out of this rising wedge, right? Now, as you can see right here, this is where they did the 50-point rate drop, right? Where they dropped the interest rates, they dropped the rates 50% right here, right? So if we look at where I believe it topped out, would be right here on October 24th, right? This is a 4-hour chart. Let's get on the daily. There we go. That looks better. So that was October. Actually, it was not. It was 2024, October 2018, right? When it topped right here. After the rate drop. Now let's look at when they dropped rates 50 points back here in 2008, right? Way back. Whoops. So that was right here. They dropped it, right? 50-point rate deduction. Now, when they did that, if you remember, if you were watching my videos back then, I said that's the Fed panicking. I still believe that to be the case, just like it was here. And when did the market stop? On October 11th, right? And then came down. Of course, you had your election, got to bounce off the election, which I think we'll do again. But again, I don't think it matters who's president as into what's going to happen with these markets, right? With policy and stuff, maybe yes, but the markets in general are following a cycle, and I believe the cycle is a major downside turn. I think it's going to be bigger and worse than 2008, but I do think that's going to be the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. I've explained this over and over. Now, let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, has it made its high? Let's see. Here was your drop, 50% rate hike, and our top would be today. If it topped today, that would be October 30th. Let's see when it topped in 2008 after the 50-point rate drop. Right here, it was November 1st. So maybe in a couple days, or maybe it's topped. But if it happens like it did back then, same thing, and then we seen a bounce after the election, and then a continuation to the downside. Let's take a look at S&P. S&P, was this the top here? October 17th. Let's look at when it topped last time. And again, there's your 50-point rate. And let's go to 2008, and then we'll get into Bitcoin. First, we'll take a quick look at gold and silver too, because I do think a lot of people look at gold and silver as a safe haven. It's been pushed into everyone's minds. But as you guys know, even in 2008, silver and gold dropped also. But they still pumped a little bit after the market to get people into it. And then when they dropped, when they bottomed, then the markets rose again. So you can tell what they're doing with their money. If you understand that, leave that in a comment below also. But as you can see right here, it topped out the S&P on October 12th, right after the 50% drop, or 50-point drop. And let's look at where we're at now. If it topped right here, be October 17th. Very close. Things are looking like they're lining up really well. Remember, guys, you're not going to understand that we're in a recession, or they're not going to tell you we're in a recession until it's way, way down from here. And then when I do admit it, I think we got further to go. So be careful. Could be a year before you even hear them say it, just like last time. Now, gold. If gold continues to pump, what's your next level? Let's put this on the weekly so I can fit it in here a little better. So if it continues up, where would gold's next move be? Well, let's use our fibs to figure that out. We will put fib extension. We're going to go from this low over here up to this high to this low. So these are your areas to watch for the Dow. Or I'm sorry, gold. Right here you got one target. Oops, it's not even a target. What the hell am I doing here? Sorry, guys. All right, so right here at the 1272, you got 2940. and then at the 1618 you got 32.96. Now that's if it continues up until mid-March or so, like it did last time. That would be where I would expect it to go. In silver, same as we've always been talking about, around the 38 to 40 bucks, if it does continue to go up as the markets continue down. Now, like I said, if you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT. Links down below. I do throw out some promo codes that give you $200 bonus every once in a while on X. I'll probably be throwing some out next week. All you have to do is have an account set up and ready. You don't even have to make a deposit. I'll post the promo code. You put the promo code in, and you got to be the first one to use it, though. And people are pretty quick on that, so make sure you give me a follow on X if you haven't. That's also down below in the links. I'll also leave a video up top so you can know. A lot of people don't know the difference between trade orders being stop loss, limit, market, all that. This video will explain it to you. Very easy, simple way to understand it. But anyways, let's get into, so this was the daily. If you guys watched my last video, I said if we open and close a daily above this trend line, which we did, right? Then it would be bullish as long as it stayed above this trend line. And again, like I said, I'll be talking about the bullish case here in a minute and the bearish. But if we get back below this trend line, which now lies around 68,650, that could be very ugly for Bitcoin. It could have a long, long ways to go, as I do think it does, in my opinion anyways. But as you can see here, we're lining up perfectly. It looks like we could have one more pop up. So could we go take out the high and then continue down, get everybody super, super bullish? Because if it takes out the high, obviously everyone's going to get super bullish. Let's take a look at 2020 after. So this is the bullish case, right? That we're just doing this like we did back here. Here was our old high in 2017. We got a rejection around the high and go up. That would be a huge bullish case, saying we're going 100,000, 150,000 like a lot of people are saying. Although that's possible, I don't think that's going to happen. But make up your own mind. Be careful. If you're trading, make sure you use stop losses. I got stopped out of my last two trades, one in profit, one at a loss. I will be announcing my next trades, so stick around. So here's the bullish case, right? In my opinion, 74 to 84,000. If we break the high and get support above that high, right? That's what needs to be done to get it. What is this right here? As you can see, I drew this out way back in March or April. You can go check my videos, but I talked about this, drew this all out, and it does seem to be playing out as a possibility. So be aware of that. We can get this rise up, but don't get too bullish if we do go up there. Be cautious and make sure you have a spot where you will sell if it breaks below or if it gets to. Always have a plan, because when this thing comes down, it'll come down fast. It'll have bounces in between to keep you holding as they keep pulling your money out of the market. I do believe we are in for the biggest opportunity of our lifetime, and it's not getting into the markets for possibly a year, possibly 2 or 3. We'll keep you updated on this channel as what I think is going on. But let's take a look at, so this is what's happened. Here on the right, we have the 1929 Great Depression. You can see what happened after that. Do you think these people thought that was going to happen? Not in a million years, or they wouldn't have been still buying in the markets at the top like they are now. I drew this out as a possibility to go up here, but if Dow has topped like it did in 2007, then this would be the top here. Again, could have so low to go in these markets, but that is not fear-mongering. That is opportunity, huge opportunity. So this could set your family up for 2-3 generations if played correctly, if it happens. What will Bitcoin look like if that happens? Well, this is it here. We have not broken this high yet. We stayed below the high. We could definitely still be seeing something like this. And remember, the whole time Bitcoin has been, since it's been created, traditional markets have been in a massive bull run, right? So when people... when the markets start dropping, people start selling risky assets. Bitcoin is a risky asset. As much as you might not want to believe that, but if you know about Bitcoin, when it first came out, it was supposed to be a peer-to-peer, like a cash, right? Didn't work out, so they come up with new uses, new use case, new whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying Bitcoin's not going to survive, but I'm going to say there is a lot of crypto to get out of the space for Bitcoin to really, really thrive. All these shit coins, they got to go. Basically, they're penny stocks like the pink sheets. Be careful. They can claim to be doing all kinds of stuff and be doing absolutely anything. You can look it up yourself. You can go on and look for create blockchains. There's companies that'll design a coin for you, code the coin and everything for as low as a couple $100, and you can have your own coin on its own chain, blah, blah, blah. Just be careful out there, guys. There's a lot of people taking a lot of money from a lot more people. So just be careful. Anyways, I do still want to heed major caution. Could I be wrong? Could this continue up to 100,000, 150,000? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to? Absolutely not. But we'll see what happens. I will be posting my next trade when I feel it's necessary to get into it. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments below. All that good stuff. Don't forget, let me know what you find out on Zillow. How many houses in the first 10 have price reduction? Also, take a look at all the layoffs going on, right? Economy's doing great, but people are getting laid off. Auto industry, for one. Around here, we have a lot of big auto industries. Chrysler, GM, Ford, they're all laying off one shift, going down to one shift, and then the shifts have to take a layoff, and then 2 weeks later, they go back to work, take a layoff, so they can keep both shifts working because they only work one shift at a time. So be careful out there, guys. Things are looking bad. And if you remember in 2008, I know for a fact Chrysler, when the market really started crashing, they shut off all their lights and all their and did they have any clue that it was coming? No, they went bankrupt, like literally while everyone was working. Shut off all their lights and told everyone to go home. So be careful out there, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Make sure to smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, tick the notification bell, share the video, and I'll see you probably Friday. Thanks, guys.